Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So this will be a collective energy reading for the ending of the year 2020. So what are we dealing with? What are we aligning with? This won't resonate for everybody since it's meant for a small group of people. So just see if you resonate with the first messages, and as always, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. So because this reading didn't record its first part properly, I kind of have to tell you like this what the message was. So I pulled a frequency card for like just to get an idea of what kind of energy are we aligning with at this time at the ending of this year. And the frequency that came out, as you can see in the picture, is a plumb. So I'm going to read it to you from the book just so you know, just so you get the idea of what it means. So it says, if you have drawn this card upright, you're lining up vibrationally with victory and overcoming opposition through your confidence. Now is the time to assert yourself and be bold. You did not come to this life to live carefully and stay safe. You may need to look after yourself at this time and be confident in expressing your needs and wants, otherwise you will not get your way. This is a time to know fundamentally who you are and what you stand for. If you were going to die 1 year from today, what would you do and how would you want to be remembered? If you have drawn this card, confidence is the order of the day. Self-assurance will get you what you want. Confidence is not to be confused with aggression. If you have drawn this card, you must come to terms with your own aggressive impulses. No matter how denied it may be within you, aggression is part of human nature, part of your innate survival mechanism. Aggression cannot simply be suppressed. To do so will only turn it inward on yourself. When it does this, it will manifest itself in the form of illness. Aggression can be very destructive, but it is also a powerful energy that can be channeled creatively. This is a time when you need to be aware of your impulses or anger. If you have drawn this card, the time has come to really focus on developing your self-esteem. This is not the time for introspection. This is the time to develop the confidence and claim your place in the world. So I have to say this card did came upside down. So what it was telling me is that at this time you may feel triggered and you may feel some kind of frustration and aggression towards others in your environment. When it comes to your boundaries and violation of your boundaries, that is coming up for the collective. So I will play the video soon after this. I just want to say that that is the main energy that is coming up. So it's basically saying that aggression needs to be accepted and integrated, and the needs and wants need to be communicated, and you will hear more about it in the video. So it will start now. The time has come to address this irritation or frustration you might be experiencing, and to really understand that you can't change other people, you can't control them or anything like that. Of course, we all know that, but you're not powerless in this situation. You don't have to give your energy at times when you really don't have it and you really can't give it. And, ultimately no one's gonna achieve what you want for you. So you do have to manage your energy better. Of course, you're still gonna want to help, and you still want to be there for other people, but we have been as a collective healing out of this codependency and just looking at everyone else like, tell me, am I good, am I okay, I need this confirmation, I need this validation. And we have turned towards ourselves and started to build that, but the old habits are still there, and we're still always tempted to go into our old directions and old ways of doing things, and that also makes us mad that because we know that that's not the path for us anymore. We've been drained too many times. We've been, you know what I'm talking about, I believe. So basically what we are aligning currently is recognizing that this frustration and anger is really, you know, however it may seem that it's about this person or this situation or that situation, we're more powerful within these situations than we realize. And we're angry at ourselves for denying ourselves that power, if that makes sense. So with that said, I will leave this here so you can see it. By the way, I just want to promote Teal Swan. This is, of course, not paid promotion, obviously, or anything, but these frequency paintings are really excellent. She paints them because she's clairvoyant and she can see these frequencies, and these are the actual visual representations of the frequencies that she sees. And actually by looking at these images, you can align yourself with any of the frequencies. You know, these images can help you align with these energies. So if you don't know about that or you've never heard about her work, I recommend you check her out if you feel guided or drawn. So yes, I will leave it here now, just so you can see it throughout the reading. So I'm not sure, I didn't really have an exact plan for this reading. I will just pull a couple of cards, see where we're at. What are we currently working on? More specifically, let's just see like what kind of energies are we dealing with right now? You know, how are we ending the month of December? Okay, I'm sorry guys, I'm not used to recording with this phone, so it's just a little bit of a adjustment for me. I apologize. Okay. Oh, we have the Fool at the end of the deck. At the bottom of the deck, and maybe we are ready to change things up and do things in a new way. Yeah, so I've paused the video again to adjust the camera. I mean, this reading might as well be titled Girl Who Adjusts Her Camera for 20 minutes, by the way it's going. So let's see, okay. What energies are we currently kind of working through? Let's say it like that. Let's phrase it like that. Okay. One jumping out. Ooh, Ace of Cups. Okay. I like where this is going. Strength in reverse, I believe. And one more card. Okay. And the Sun in reverse. Okay, it goes really well with our theme, I believe. So I feel from these energies that we're working on, you know, so we've been chasing people, we've been, you know, trying to get our value from, we've been going into that direction of manifesting from, you know, trying to manifest our destiny through other people and other things, and it's become apparent to many of us that it's actually the path towards everything we want is through loving and accepting ourselves and all of our parts and everything we've ever done, you know, and finding ways to feel fulfilled within ourselves, which, you know, used to be heard as a negative thing before, especially in the collective, when someone tells you, oh, you gotta be good on your own, or you gotta feel good in your own energy. Almost the collective response was like, yeah, I wish I could align with that so that I could align with what I actually want. But, I think a lot of us are realizing that this is what we're actually wanting, because I feel like a lot of us have been getting proof and have been getting results from small or big steps, depending on where you are in your journey. But you've been getting proof that, when you do love yourself, when you heal, when you do things for yourself, when you invest energy in the things you want that bring you joy, when you take physical action on manifesting your desires, when you establish your boundaries, it turns into something beautiful. It makes your life more enjoyable. And with these two cards that came out, the feeling is really... Now the timer is going backward again. Sorry, just 4, 3, 2, 1. I have no idea why this is happening, guys. I will sort it out before the next reading. So, with the Strength card in reverse and the Sun in reverse, I think that we're, healing the victim mentality, healing the powerlessness, and, slowly turning these cards. Because, these two cards, if they just came out like this, I wouldn't read that as a good sign, in no way. But with this Ace of Cups here, it really changes everything. It's a game changer for me. Sorry. I don't know why it's so hard to get through this reading, and it's many interruptions and many distractions, same as the year 2020. So, this being the closing reading for the year, makes sense that a lot of things are happening at once. So, but we're keeping our focus on what we want, and we want to love ourselves. We want to give ourselves all of the things that people never gave to us, or, because a lot of us, we didn't get all of our needs met in our upbringing, that later in our friendships we tried too hard, in our relationships, maybe we had failed relationships, toxic people around us, not just toxic people, but people are imperfect, and, one place where you can really start to build your first ever secure relationship is with yourself. Committing to yourself and committing to and saying, I'm going to be there for you. I'm going to meet your needs. You want that? Oh, I'll find a way to get it for you. Or, you need rest? Okay, rest. And getting all of those fragments of your soul together, listening to your emotions. If you feel really bad on any of the days, then, it's probably... when it feels really, really bad, you're probably resisting the feeling. But every time when I've resisted something, even like in the past week, I've been triggered because my mom visited me, and it triggered some wounds from childhood. And I felt bad like 2 days after that, after she left. And I was like, oh, I was on such a high vibe. I was in such a high vibe before this. Why is this happening now? I didn't want this feeling. But when I finally decided to listen to the feeling, to tap into that energy, to breathe into it, let it spread through my body, I heard the message from the feeling. And I heard it as a, small part of me, a child, a vulnerable part that is, just tired and terrified and doesn't know what to do. And I'm like, I became its friend, because you can't, if it's a part of you, you cannot pretend that it's not there because it's somehow bothering you. It's you, ultimately. Maybe I digress here, but I felt like it's important to tell you this. I mean, not much to say about these two cards, the Strength in reverse and the Sun in reverse. They're just talking about that with this Ace of Cups being in the picture, we will slowly be moving out of the energy of that vulnerability that is caused, not vulnerability, powerlessness, vulnerability is good, but moving into vulnerability and forgiving ourselves for everything we feel like we need to forgive ourselves, accepting ourselves, and accepting and slowly unraveling these unconscious beliefs that were keeping us in this victim mentality and that were keeping us stuck in life and stuck in this, kind of hamster wheel, and not a hamster, how would it, but yeah, going in circles, like just, trying the same thing over and over again, not getting the desired result, then, changing our obsession to something else. And again, not getting the right result, it's almost addictive, because that's the only way you've learned you can go about things. So slowly, with the self-love introduced, we will be finding our true inner strength and we will become aware of everything that influences this energy, everything that puts us in this victim mentality. And sometimes it's really hard to, so it's a lot at once, that there's a lot of little parts. So whatever is your theme for the day, whatever feeling is coming up today, or whatever day you find yourself in with an uncomfortable feeling, it's probably an unmet need, and probably a need that you can, to some degree, meet yourself, or if you need to meet it through people, you can align with finding the right people who can meet those needs. But step one is to admit that you have a need and that you have a want and that there is something in you that is unresolved. Okay, so maybe this was a little confusing with these two cards, but I hope you understand. I mean, it seems pretty obvious to me, the energy. I hope I explained it well. So, okay, this is about the inner work. So I don't know what else to ask, really. Maybe this is enough, but I feel like I'm gonna do another row. What should be the question for the other row? So this is like what we're working on. Okay, so what can we expect to encounter? Okay, so because I'm doing this for a small group of people that will watch this, maybe something more specific will come up. That's why I decided to do this reading. Make sure you see the frequency here. Okay, so what can we expect, or what's coming in as a result of us introducing this Ace of Cups into our energy? So what can we expect, and what's coming up as we wrap up this year? So what is coming up? Okay. Eight of Wands. What else? Okay. Seven of Wands in reverse. I like how it's coming up. The High Priest. Okay, well, it's very much related to the first three cards. I mean, it's basically the same story, but from another aspect. Okay, but this is like more energetic inner work, and now we have like, okay, we're doing this internally. What is happening externally as Okay, my phone stopped recording again, so we'll never get through this reading. With the Eight of Wands, with this Ace of Cups here, we have communication, basically. What this will mean physically. Okay, so we have what's happening here internally, emotionally, now externally. This self-love will be manifesting as you communicating your wants and needs to other people, but also communicating it to yourself and explaining it to yourself, becoming aware of yourself, solving things one by one as they come to you, being honest, being authentic about who you are, and being bold enough to express it. You don't need to be aggressive about it, you don't need to be defensive, you don't need to have an attitude about it, which is what we're currently feeling inclined to, that defensive energy, and it's saying here with the Seven of Wands in reverse, that it will be about overcoming this, like that people are somehow coming at you. I will tell you from experience, and I am a guide, because I'm kind of, sometimes I can resist something for a long time, but when I stop resisting it, I just start to progress and become aware, like at a rapid pace. So I've already experienced some of this energy here, and what I have to say about the Seven of Wands in reverse, I mean, it's still ongoing for me as well. We're on this journey together, but as I've started to express, and even today I expressed myself to a friend, and I expected negative backlash from it. I didn't express in an aggressive way at all. I just stated, no, I can't, I'm sorry, I really don't feel like doing that, because I don't feel like that is what I want at this moment. And I really felt nervous, and I felt like, oh, they're gonna be mad at me now, or they're gonna think that I don't care, or they're gonna take it personally. But you know what? They didn't, like, at all. So as you're becoming more bold in expressing yourself, you will realize that in a lot of cases, of course not all cases, but not all cases, not all people will be understanding. But I guess if people you're connecting with are your friends and they understand you, you will slowly realize that it was just a big deal to you. Almost, you thought it was a big deal because of your programming and conditioning. You decided that your only value is in, doing something for someone, being there for someone. And that nervousness that I felt was like, oh, I'm losing my identity, I'm losing my sense of self. They're definitely gonna reject me if I can't be everything to them at all times. And you know what, they were like, fine, whatever, see you next time, let's do it another time. And I was like, part of me was almost surprised, not like surprised, but more like, okay. So as we keep doing that, and as we keep expressing ourselves, we have the High Priest here. The structure of our life will change, and this is talking about, renewal, really. In this case, renewal of our daily schedule, our priorities. So we will find out what our needs are, we will establish those will be known to people around us, they will be known to us, and slowly the structures of our day will start becoming in alignment with what we will keep becoming conscious of about ourselves, and that will lead to a more fulfilling life in general. So this was a really powerful reading. I hope that it resonated with you. I really liked it, and I didn't know if I was gonna be included in it or not, but I definitely am. So I will leave you with a card of guidance for this time. So what can we get as like any advice or something to pay attention to, or anything, any message that wants to come out? We're open for anything. So if there's any messages, okay. Let's see what it is. Rebirth. Yep. I cannot focus the camera now. Okay. Beautiful card. Rebirth. We're here, finally. All the work we've been doing, it's finally gonna give us some tangible results. Yay! I really feel that from this card, and it's like fire, and it's like it's on. So the change is already happening. Just, keep in tune with yourself. If something comes up, deal with it. Don't let a lot of time pass before you deal with it or address the issue at hand. And this has been really a changing and transformative year, and we're integrating everything that we've learned, and we're moving forward into a passionate, fulfilling future. So I hope that you enjoyed this reading, that it resonated for you, and good luck with everything. I will see you another time. Bye bye. I can't even end it now.